Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to Mining Monday. In an effort to kind of shake up my standard routine that I've had for quite a while doing our Bounty Hunter series, I want to add a few more things into the mix so we have a little bit of variety. Doing the same 3 things over and over again gets kind of bored, and yeah, now we're going to be doing the same 7 things over and over again, but it's twice the fun. So I've decided to start doing daily themed shows where it's going to be Mining Mondays, where we do mining, Takedown Tuesdays, where we're going to go and do on-foot kill missions, like assassination missions or the settlement raids or things like that. Wandering Wednesdays, where we do exploration-related content. Thargoid Thursdays, where we go to a Titan and just, pick off a couple of Thargoids hanging around those dead Titan husks. Fighter Fridays, where we do some ship combat missions, where, bounty hunting or something like that. Maybe we go hang out at a Hazred zone or just go do some bounty hunting ship missions. And then I forgot what Saturday was. Let me pull up my list here and then I can tell you. Sneaky Saturdays, where we go into a settlement and do one of those infiltration missions where we try to, download some secret information or something like that. And then finally, we will have Super Haul Sundays, where we're going to take our clipper and just do some boring space trucking, just because, it's something different to do every day of the week. So today we're going to be doing Mining Monday. We're going to go head over to a system nearby that has some pristine icy rings and hopefully be able to find ourselves some low temperature diamonds to do some core mining on. Laser mining is, fine, but it's not exactly interesting to watch, so I don't expect anybody to hang around for that part. But watching me fling myself around an asteroid to deposit some, either blast some missiles, do some drilling missiles, or to, drop some explosives into it and watch the damn thing blow up. That can be pretty interesting to watch for people who are interested in that kind of thing. So we're gonna head over to the system. I will get over to the thing, and then we will do the whole ring scanning process. Right, we are approaching the planet that we're going to be doing hopefully doing some mining on. We see some low temperature diamonds or anything else that I think is going to be some kind of a core mining or something like that. We'll hop in there, but for now, I mean, even if it's just tritium mining, we can still do just subsurface displacement mining with the tritium. All right, let's see here. Let's get a. I'm gonna make sure we're getting the correct ring here. I'll just wait and see what we get. Are there no? There weren't any hotspots on this one. Maybe we'll go back to Shinrarta. I know there's hotspots in Shinrarta. Well, I was hoping we can go somewhere else other than Shinrarta to do this, but I guess that was wishful thinking. So, yeah, I'm gonna head back over there. I know there's planets there that have some hotspots in it, at the very least. So, yeah, it's fine. Let's just go back that way. All right, we have a planet here that we've previously I've at least previously been to doing some minings. There is a nice big fat low temperature diamonds hotspot here. I'm not really worried about profits. I'm not really worried about being crazy efficient. The point of this series is not to be, impressive or anything. It's just to go in, hang out, do some mining, have a little bit of different content every day. So that's the point. If you're looking for, if you're only impressed by people who can like really be awesome at one specific subject, this is not the channel for you. I do a lot of different stuff. So we'll do some low temperature mining until I get tired of doing it, and then we'll go back and sell our stuff. That's what we're gonna do. So let's get down into here. We'll start doing some pulse wave scanning. We're almost there. All right. So, as we always do, you know what? I hate having all of these different fire groups, but I don't have a choice. So I think what I'm gonna do, I need to fix this now, because there's too many different fire groups. So I I think what I'll do is I'll just have to manually fix these as we go. I only want to have, like, a few different fire groups. I'm gonna fix this. Hold on. Okay, so the first thing that we need is... Alright, we're just gonna have to redo this completely. And you guys can watch it so you can have an idea of my thought process as to why I'm doing this. So, the pulse wave... So the very first step of things that I want to happen is I want the Discovery... I want the Super Cruise version of stuff. So, Discovery Scanner and the Surface Scanner. That's fire group number 1. Fire group number 2 is going to be our exploratory part. So we're going to have our pulse wave analyzer and the prospector limpet. Is that the way I want it? No, I want 1 and 2. Okay, so Super Cruise exploratory, local exploratory, and then we start getting into the actual mining part. So the first thing that we're almost always going to do is the abrasion blaster part, and I want to be able to deploy all of our collectors as well. And then after that, we will do displacement missiles, and then collectors. And then after that, if we find a core mine, I want to do the seismic charger and all of our collectors. Okay, so ideally... Okay. So now I can pulse wave analyze. And then I can do a... and then we can put our prospector out. Okay, so this is the process that we're going to be doing. For some reason... Oh. I'm like, why is... why is my prospector sitting back there like that? Can't really move it more than 100 meters per second. So there wasn't anything in here. All right. So yeah, the process of this is more or less to pick a direction and head off and do that stuff. So I will bring you guys back when I actually find something interesting. All right, we got a bunch of low temperature, or this said it had low temperature diamonds on it, but unfortunately, the only stuff that appears to be actually in there, I could have swore low temperature diamonds were were the ones where you're supposed to blow them up. I thought, right? Isn't that right? I could have swore that's how that worked. But all there was on that was a methanol, which isn't exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna look around for the ones that actually are shaped in a way that allows you, that says you're supposed to be able to blow them up, because there is a certain shape that you're looking at for core materials. So I'll look around. All right. Well, like I said, I'm not necessarily that worried about getting massive profits off of any of this stuff. We're just trying to have some fun playing with the mechanics of it all. So let's find our abrasion blaster, and we'll start blasting off some of these here. Okay, we'll get our collector limpets out. Oops. Not doing very well at that. Hold on. There that goes. And then we'll blast this guy apart. Because fissures means... I believe fissures is the one where it's... You can blow up the asteroid. So let's get around here like this. Oh, come on, hit it. Ah, the aiming for this is ridiculous. Okay. I think that's it for the abrasion ones, right? All right. So, what we need now is we need our seismic charges. I do believe. Okay. So the way this works is if you want to try to get all right, so low strength. You want to try to get these set up in a way to where the explosion power is right there in the preferred zone. Missed. There we go. Just gotta keep going until we get it just right. So look at the meter in the top right, the detonation yield. We want it to be right there where it's in the checkbox area. Okay. We're almost there. Let's do one more, and hopefully that'll put us right in the zone that we need to be in. Okay, I think we're right there. So let's back off. I don't remember. There's a button you can press that will automatically set it off. I don't remember what it is, though. Since we have a second while we wait for that, let me see if, wait, it might be, is it, oh, here we go. I knew there was a way to manually detonate it. You didn't have to wait for the timer. Very cool. And then we'll have a bunch of stuff to blast off. So let's get back to our abrasion blaster. And yeah, these will probably be, you know, 1 or 2 mining sessions because, you know, it takes a long time to get this done. It's on the other side. Of course it is. So you just gotta kind of fling yourself around. There's one there. Got that one. Got that one. And that one. So again, this is more about just having fun with the mechanic and not necessarily worrying about making a profit. If we only end up doing 1 asteroid, you know, we're already at 12 minutes into the video. If we only end up doing 1 asteroid and blowing it up, that's still pretty fun. Alright, I think that's it for those. So now we just gotta sit and wait for them to pick up all the rest of my stuff, and then we can head out of here. Alright, it appears that we have finished up grabbing all of our stuff. We need to get out of this asteroid belt. So let's head off in this direction so we can clear out of the... Oops. Cargo scoop is still up. So we can clear out of the asteroid belt, then we can head back to the station, sell off our mining wow, the word just will not come to me. Sell off our product. Oh my god. and then we can call it a day. Wow, that was so hard to get out of my brain. Sometimes you just have words like that that just really get you stuck. Alright, we've made it back to the station. As always, we're going to wait until we get into the 7-kilometer range to make sure we don't have any issues with it not giving me my clearance like it's supposed to. Sometimes that happens if you try to do it right there at 7.5 kilometers. Sometimes it bugs out a little bit. So I always recommend waiting until right around 7 kilometers to do it, just to make sure you're well within the range. I forgot we're flying a large ship and not a medium one. Gotta be a little bit more careful. And I don't have shields on this, so I don't really... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I can always just, you know, get it repaired as soon as we come inside. I just prefer not to do that if I don't have to. Anyways, let's get ourselves landed here. Landing gear down. Throttle set to 0. Get ourselves positioned over the landing pad. Try not to slam if I don't have to. And there we go. All right, so let's see how much. We're not going to make very much because we didn't get very much. The point is we're doing the mechanic. We're not trying to bulk up on anything. So just keep that in mind when you watch the mining episodes. Just keep that in mind when you watch the mining episodes. We're just trying to have fun playing with the mining mechanics as best we can. So we got a little bit of Alexandrite. I don't think we got any low temperature diamonds or anything like that, right? So we don't have anything else on here we need to sell. So double check our inventory, make sure we're nice and clear. And then we can go in here and sell off our limpets. So anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had fun. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go outside of YouTube, or the thanks button if you'd like to just have the nice convenient way of doing it from inside YouTube itself. So again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for Takedown Tuesday, and I will see you then.